In the spring of 2018, I was sitting at my desk at work, listening to the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past soundtrack, when I had a sudden thought. I'd love to have a ranking of all my favorite video game music. I'd love to know exactly how high each song would rank. I had no idea that more than 7 years later, I'd still be expanding on that dream of ranking game soundtracks, much less that my rankings would be played on YouTube more than 1 million times. But that's where things are now, so I wanted to make this video first to say thank you to everyone who's ever listened to my rankings, but also to give a few exciting updates about the channel. Today I'll be quickly going over my ongoing Zelda ranking series that I'm putting out to celebrate 1 million views, this channel's new Discord server, and some other smaller updates to the channel. So, I was already working on ranking Zelda music, but I was very excited to sort of line up the release of this series with the milestone of reaching 1 million views. It feels like the perfect celebration. A Zelda game was my first game ever, and Zelda music was what sparked my desire to do these rankings in the first place. So I ranked every song that I genuinely thought was good from each game in the main series individually, and when I looked at how many tracks I had on these lists, I realized I had the potential for a top 500 combined ranking for the franchise on my hands. And that's what you'll be seeing on the channel in the next few weeks. As of this video's release, every individual game ranking is already out, except for Echoes of Wisdom coming out Saturday. Then for the next 5 Saturdays after that, we'll have 100 songs from the top 500 ranking come out, culminating with the best of the best on January 24th. Then we'll have 9 different category rankings like Zelda battle tracks or dungeon themes, so people will have a nice collection of themed playlists to come back and listen to. Each of these will premiere live on a Saturday, with exact time subject to change. The full schedule is listed on a community post on the channel. I think it may seem silly or excessive to some people for me to live premiere what is basically just a music playlist, but I really enjoy the opportunity for a little community interaction, the chance to listen together and talk about the music or the rankings. We get a few people in the chat during most of these, so feel free to drop by and say hi anytime. And speaking of community interaction, I am now rolling out a Discord server for this channel. Links to join will be in the description, pinned comment, and community posts. I know most of my views are from YouTube search and not from people intentionally and repeatedly checking out the channel, but there are some of those, and I wanted there to be a place to hear from them a little more organically than through YouTube comments. I want there to be a space to engage with other fans of video game music, to chat about the latest rankings on the channel, and most importantly, to give me recommendations on soundtracks that I should rank. That's a big part of this. As I continue building toward another huge overall video game music ranking, I want to hear from other people on what should be considered, get an idea for what seems to be some of the most beloved soundtracks that are maybe outside of the genres or developers I'm most familiar with. I can't guarantee I'll listen to every recommendation, or that everything I listen to will make a ranking, but that is something I hope becomes a core function of this Discord. If I ever try to launch a Patreon to help justify the time that I spend on these rankings, which is something that I'm considering, the Discord may play a role in that in some way, but access to the server will always be free. It took a long time, but I finally embraced that video game music rankings are not just a part of what this channel is about, they are the channel. I still have ideas for other content, some scripts in the works for essay-type videos, but I am fully on board with VGM rankings being the identity of this channel. And some of you may have noticed I recently changed the name, photo, and description of the channel to better align with that identity. But something else I did that I want you to know. This channel now has social media. Caleb Games VGM Rankings now has a page on Blue Sky and Twitter, or X if you're a fan of terrible branding. I want these pages to be more than just the same video announcements you could find on my community posts, or the Discord for that matter. I'm going to try to make them, especially the Blue Sky, a worthwhile follow where I put thoughts about video game music, what I'm listening to lately, things like that. So if you're on those spaces, check out the links in the description and give those a follow. And that's it! I hope to dig into a broader variety of soundtracks on the channel in 2026 and keep progressing toward that big overall ranking now that it's been 5 years since I released the original Top 1000. Thanks for taking the time to listen to these updates.